Okay, I am going to demonstrate for you now how to begin and do the project for Unit 2, which is line. I have right here a design that I created on just a regular piece of 8.5 by 11 white paper, and this is going to be my format for my project here that I'm going to make. And so I'm going to execute those undulating lines, making those hills and valleys on this design. So I have to transfer that to my prepared illustration board. I have this piece of illustration board that we made last time for the Unit 1 project, where we have the 10 by 12 inch illustration board with a very light pencil 1-inch border, leaving the 8 by 10 inch picture plane right here for my image. So my image in this case is going to be the 8 by 10. So just very lightly in pencil, I'm going to transfer my design, my format, my composition to the illustration board here, just very, very lightly, so that I just have some guidelines with which to work and execute my design. So I've got this here, here, inside the border is where I'm going. I've got this. And I'm going to go here. I'm just very lightly in pencil, giving myself these guidelines to follow as I execute my design here. Just like this. Now things may come out slightly different, and you may change your mind as you create this piece and do some things just a little bit differently than you do from your design. That's fine, as long as you have a good design when all is said and done. It will be okay. So here we go. And then I have here, here, and here, very lightly in pencil. I'm going to make another lump here and one here. So I've got my design on the board in pencil. So I'm done with the pencil. Now I'm going to take a marker and I'm going to execute the design based on the idea that I'm going to have hills and valleys. And so the way that I like to do this is by using these pencil lines as my guidelines. I'm going to trace up a guideline and then down, up a guideline and then down. I'm going to trace up a guideline and back down. And I just set up a rhythm here whereby I can achieve that sense of hill and valley. And you can see from the examples that I put up for you that there are a lot of different ways to achieve this. The main idea being that you have repeated curved lines that are at some times very close together and converging and running into each other, and at other times very far apart, giving the feeling of hills and valleys or that movement in space kind of idea. So with nothing but lines here, we are indicating a sense of movement, a sense of space, etc. So I'm going to go into this area now and go through here. And as you can see from the examples that I put in the other area, there you can leave white spaces, you can color in and have black areas that are filled in, negative space, but your project has to contain at least 200 lines that are going to indicate this sense of undulating space. That's your primary goal here, is the idea of those hills and valleys. And so up the guideline and then down, up the guideline and then down. So there are so many different ways that you can do this, but what we're looking for is hills and valleys where things appear to lump around and give us that sense of space. So I'm not going to make you watch me finish this one, but you can see that there are nice hills and valleys here. And I have another one that is more finished, which I'll bring over here. This one is more finished, it's more filled in, and you can see that there's a good sense of hills and valleys in these big areas, and there are also smaller scale hills and valleys in these low areas. And so when the design is finished, when you're all done with it, you're going to take an eraser, and I like to use the white vinyl eraser, and any of those stray pencil marks that you may still have on the board, including your border, you're going to go ahead and erase those off, make it really clean and nice. Craftsmanship is really important here. If there are craftsmanship distractions in your project, you will unfortunately have to redo it. So you want to make sure that you're taking great care with your craftsmanship, particularly in projects that take a lot of time to render. You want to take your time with a project like this and make sure that there are no craftsmanship errors. Okay? So I'm erasing all of my stray pencil marks from my sketched guidelines and also from the border that I drew on, so that I have a completely clean, blank border. And so when you're all done with that, you should have a nice clean design, no pencil marks in evidence, nice hills and valleys, at least 200 lines. More is fine, less is not fine. And when you're done with this, you're going to take it to your scanner. You're going to position it on the scanning bed so that you get the whole image. You won't get all the borders, okay? But you will get that whole 8 by 10 inch image area. And then as you preview the scan, crop it down right to the edges. So crop out that extra border area and just scan the actual design itself, which is the 8 by 10 inch image area here that we have. And then label it Design Unit 2 Project and turn it in via the FTP. And that's all there is to it.